Hello, how are you all today on this beautiful Monday afternoon? At least it is Monday for me. It may be Monday evening for you or whatever, or might be still morning. I hope it's still good where whatever it may be, wherever you are. And thank you very much for tuning in. Please hit that smash button. We will be, of course, reading from Who Needs a Superhero, verse the uh, from chapter 5, Superman Revisited, Death, Resurrection, and Doomsday. Um, if you're watching this afterwards and you don't want to listen to this, you can just skip over. Hey, Mr. Pete. Yes, you are the first, Mr. Pete, especially to chat. So like I said, we are reading from Who Needs to Be a Superhero? Who Needs a Superhero? And we're in a Superman chapter. So I will start and get to the end of it. Death Becomes Us is the little subtitle of where we stopped last time. What do I win? My admiration or something to that effect. Somebody's got to be first in every chat, right? If Superman really wants to save the world, he's faced realistically with two alternatives: either force humanity to behave or spend his life minimizing the harm we do to one another. In Kingdom Come, a grim version of a possible future, with writer Mark Wade shows us both choices carried to the extreme. In Gotham City, an aging Batman has decided to enforce his notions of right behavior. Batman's robots and drones police the city around the clock. Criminal activities are quickly detected and dealt with severely. Law and order prevail, but Gotham City has become a fascist state, and ordinary citizens look over their shoulders in fear. No one dares cross the line established by Batman. Hello, Winston. How are you? In the same storyline, the Flash has assumed a different mantle in nearby Keystone City. Not the enforcer, but the protector. Moving too fast to be seen or heard, the Flash tirelessly crisscrosses the city and guards its citizens from every accident, mishap, and crime. Automobile crashes are averted, explosions smothered, and falling ladders righted. The city is safe, but this never resting rescue mission of the Flash is both lonely and frighteningly obsessive. Refusing to rule the world, even for a noble purpose, Superman chooses to be a rescuer too. Although he fulfills his role exceptionally well. A scene from 1978's film Superman the movie, starring Christopher Reeves, reveals the limits of that role. Lois Lane has been killed, but a heartbroken Superman refuses to accept her death. Taking flight, Superman circles the globe in the opposite direction of Earth's rotation. As Superman flies even faster, the Earth slows down and finally reverses its spin. This causes time to move backwards and allows Superman to undo the events led to Lois Lane's death. Despite the far-fetched plot device, a time-reversing gimmick that would never fly in contemporary Superman comic books, Superman comes through for Lois. The Metropolis Marvel overcomes the ultimate foe and plucks his love from the gaping grave. Superman has saved Lois Lane from death, right? Not really. Superman has rescued Lois once again, but strictly speaking, he hasn't saved her from death. Lois is still doomed to die like every other mortal. Superman has only postponed her demise. Sooner or later, Lois Lane will make an unwilling address change from Metropolis to Necropolis. Maybe she will slip in the shower, perhaps she will die in a helicopter crash while covering a big story. With luck, she will pass away in her sleep the day after her 100th birthday. Whatever the particulars, Lois Lane has an unbreakable appointment with Mr. G. Reaper. The fact the fact of death reminds us we human beings can and cannot do for one another. Okay, that is it for today. Tomorrow we start Emergency versus Eternity, part of this chapter. So we will, I gotta share my screen, be going on to uh, the drawing portion. No, we finished off with Snowdrift on Friday. We will hopefully get to that. As you can see, I got this one done. I started a while back. It needs a few small revisions, like lines connected and all that. We'll do that, color it in, and hopefully get the shading done before one. That way we can get on to shading Snowdrift because I'm doing my main characters as a secondary thing for all of this. So, so hey Riz, how are you? Turn me down, Mom. So, few small spots here that we need to connect properly so we can color this properly. Go down to uh, okay. So I am good. Right now I'm uh going over my character Super Chick, making sure all the lines are connected properly, getting out lines that don't need to be there, so I can color her. We will be getting to the shading of Snowdrift after we get through her coloring and shading. This is one that I started a while back, so I wanted to get to it. I want to slowly get. I've started a bunch before and here's something to do, and hopefully we will get onto the shading of Snowdrift. And how is your brother today, or do you know Rez or Ryan or? Oh, thank you. Well, he is one of my premier characters. I have a couple others, but well, six others besides him. He's built like the Hulk, but he does not have the power of the Hulk without a suit. He's stronger than most, but you know. Oh, that's good. I like the spider chick. Yeah. Super Spider. Two. Well, that I've created a wide variety of characters, and hopefully people will. Hopefully they'll resonate with everybody, but at least hopefully at this point I will have at some point in the future some sort of character that will resonate with everybody. That everybody will like. And I tried to give my characters depth. That way, they're just not one dimensional or whatever. There's many aspects to them. At least for my main characters that I know right now, especially my heroes. Do one as John as the supervillain. I take it you mean John Dillard. Yeah, well, I figured, I'm Canada. I had to create a Canadian, major Canadian flag type superhero. Okay, we'll see you, Mr. Pete. Hey, Bob, how are you? Okay, so need to go over here. I'm I'm satting, statting, staying. Bob's just from Italy. Yes, Bob, the Italian spy. Yes, the Italian James Bond. Sorry, we have to say a Russian James Bond because he is actually Russian, not. Oh, does that make him Russian bot? Yes, he is still learning English. He's the Russian bot from Italy. Via Moldavia or Moldavia, something like that. Right next to Romania. Hey, Johnny boy. Yeah, I think maybe when you do update, you don't. Yes, we see, Bob, that you are Bob or Mikael. Yes, John has a wrench. I was pretty sure he did, but and I wasn't sure whether it went over or not. Oh, did that a little too soon. No, I want to be able to tell the difference between the real John and the Bob John. um, I started this a while back before, either just before or just after. What it was from a pose. My character's super chick. So, and before I finish shading, after I get done a character, like I did Super Spider, before going on to my hey Christian story, I like to start up a new one, try and finish it off before getting on to a bit of my one of my main heroes, like Snowdrift. Her face is better than you. Yeah, and this was done a couple months ago too, Bob. Make and expand. So now we just need to get a few things taken out. Zoom in here. Okay, so Control A, expand. Hours, flight. Well, maybe flight. I don't know. Um, not a character I've done a lot of development on. I would like her to have powers, but I know initially my thought was I have a super chick, super guy, bat chick, and bat guy. They're all supposed to be cosplayers at some Comic Con that's stopped something going on. That's my thoughts initially. So I don't know how her and Super Guy would get powers. So at the moment, there's no powers. I'm not even sure of any sort of skill level for fighting or whatever at the moment. So I think we got pretty much all the lines out that we need to. I'm just going to create a few lines in the hair here, her mohawk type hair. Okay, so A and control. Okay, so Control A, Control C. Here is her with her colors. We'll have to zoom out for a sec. Put this nice big picture there. Get it so we can shrink it down to size so we can actually deal with it beside the picture. Oh, Bob! That's just wrong. No one has to leave if they're not watching anime. We accept everybody here, Bob. Yeah, after a comment like that, it might get bad. I can't ban anime. I do it on Wednesday nights. And then Bob would leave me if I did. Hello, Eagle. So, anybody got any other questions or whatever for me? Feel free to ask. I will answer the best that I can. Or comments or whatever. Okay, no problem, Winston. Yeah, I wouldn't think you're being rude. I am using Adobe Illustrator. I got into this because of the vector system and the gradient use. So, although I've heard very good things about what's the name of it? Paint? No, Clip Paint Studio, which was once known as Magna Studio. I'm thinking of purchasing it to use the non-pro edition at this time. And checking it out. because I like the vector system because no matter how close you go, the lines don't pixelate. And I found out Clip has that as well. So, and I think from what I could get from a couple friends, it's a little bit better for doing flats and that for coloring. No, that she is supposed to be a hero, but like I said, she's visiting a comic. I think her basic premise is she's visiting a Comic Con, and there ends up being somebody, somebody come in and try to do something wrong or whatever, or her and a couple of her friends intervene. And this starts them off on a, some sort of superhero career. Okay, so we got most of the colors in there. The only thing we're missing is eyes, and I don't think I've ever said anything about her eyes anywhere. However, we do need to finish up her hair here, so let's see, we'll put in the red there. We'll do white, do some white in her eyes, obviously. I'm gonna make her eyes blue. Okay, so we need to control A. We need to expand a couple lines there, so we need to shut that down, go to there, grab the black, make sure we have the brush. So we'll zoom in. All right, need to rise up apart from that. Looks like a snake a bit. That's what made me think bad guy. Ah, okay. Well, when we get that's a little too thick for that. Let's see. 0.1. Objects expand. All right, need it to rise up a part of that. The S looks, oh, like a snake. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I get it now. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I wanted to do a bit different of a stylized S. I might not have did it correctly on here. I'm not sure. I do have here. Let's see. I got paper stuff of her done. Her and Super Guy. I will. Hey, Zach, how are you? Let's see. I'm going to unshare for a sec. Here is the paper version I did a while back, a slightly better one. I do have a not so good one. And here's Super Guy. A couple different paper versions of him. So now we'll go back to sharing so we can color this or shade it more accurately now. As soon as, of course, we put in the red from the figures. I think what got me to do it that way too on this is because the original does, for lack of a better word, snake on to the back or whatever. I'm not sure. Well, I haven't really done the back of her costume, so it could go back up into another S. Okay, so we now have everything done without the shading, so we'll save. Although we're not finished, we gotta. And let's see. New orange shading. Okay, I like the orange plus the gray. The charisma knot. I would say Zach said, doing all right. Trying to prep for a conspiracy chat I'll be on later tonight. Excuse me if I'm not active in the chat box right now. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, new layer. Light gray shading. What a sort of cons? Well, like probably a Comic Con. I think you're talking to me, or you might be talking to a thing. Conspiracies. Are you talking to me, Riz, or are you talking to Zach? Okay, we'll see you later, Christian Story. Have a great day. God bless. Okay, so we're gonna lock. Oh, we need to put one other shading level in there too. Okay, we'll start with the orange, obviously. Shading. Grab that color there. Put that there. And of course, we need to. No, not an angel. There's supposed to be some sort of mechanical wings. Um, like I said, I created. Uh, Obviously, it's supposed to be a. I would think obvious, anyways. A bit of a ripoff of Superman. Super chick. So it's her own version of an alternate version of a Supergirl costume. Yeah, probably cybernetics somehow. Maybe a slightly magna version of or anime version of a Superman, Supergirl, because it does seem she does seem to have a bit of a anime feel to it. And I never thought about that in the past till just now, but I'm not sure offhand. Bob, probably soon. I don't know. Here's what I got so far, Winston. I'm just doing the orange shading. I'm just doing the orange shading right now. Oh, thank you. Well, I usually go over a few colors. That's the advantage. A lot of times I've done it in black and white, and I've scanned it in and then gone over with a couple colors. There's a couple of my characters, it seems no matter what colors I choose, it looks great. Like I have a character named Space Warp, and oh man, his color scheme is just somehow I have to have it so he changes his colors, his suit, because I've done it a lot of different ways and it just pops. And the good thing is, or maybe the good thing is, I've never had any official training for color or anything like that. But I've read enough comic books. I guess I've just learned osmosively, at least in that respect. Okay, so we're gonna do the light gray now. Shading. Okay, who's talking to who here? About what? Oh, okay. Maybe he was. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, well, see you later, Bob. Then have a good day. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the dark grays now. So, what is everybody up to today? Besides watching me, of course. Cool. I've played a little of Assassin's Creed before, so Cool. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of them. I just own one of them. I forget which one offhand, but seems good. I haven't got through it yet. I haven't played it a lot, but I never saw the movie either, although I wanted to. Facebook down for everyone who has it. Uh, okay, not sure what you mean. Brotherhood is still the best, at least for me. The movie sucked. Um, yeah. Let me check. Yep. Facebook is down. Yeah, well, hopefully it won't be for long, unfortunately. Most likely. Back when YouTube went down a month or so back, or a few weeks ago, it wasn't for long. I just got to mine. You got on Facebook? Let's see. Let's try on a different browser. Oh, Okay. We'll finish this one tomorrow because it's almost done. Figure we've been working on this one over half an hour. We'll switch over to Snowdrift. And we will do her shading. Start doing her shading for the next 25 minutes or so. Okay, maybe we'll put that 20. What the? Good luck, everything. Cool. Were you on Facebook at the time and they were sending it to you and it just went down while you were getting the information or what there, Winston? Or were you on Facebook when it happened? When Facebook went down. Yes, the day Facebook went down. Dun, 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 dun. Figured I didn't save it. Figured I'd have Facebook up when I called the courthouse. Oh, lovely. It just means you have to wait a bit. Unfortunately, that thing that nobody likes doing, waiting. Hey JP, how are you doing? Yep, I am doing good. Here, let's go. Dark blue. I'm glad I came in when the feet were showing. Yeah, 5 minutes later, and you might have been up. We might have been up far enough for you. Well, these feet, unfortunately or unfortunately, were from a pose, so I can't take complete um, credit for them. I can trace them good. Sometimes my feet are good, sometimes they're bad. Don't give it away. Now I will avert my eyes. You can see again now, JP. You no longer have to avert your eyes. Yeah, I had the writer and artist on for the Rowdy Roddy Piper comic book. Um, it went good. You can check on it. It was just over an hour show. We talked about, a little bit of comic books. We talked a little bit about wrestling. Obviously, we talked about their comic book too. It was a pretty good show overall, I'd say. Next weekend, and I'll be the links to their channels are in the description. So if you want to check those out, maybe give them their Twitters there too. Maybe follow them. Subscribe, and also their Indiegogo is in there. A link to that if you want to go. Check out the book a little bit. I'll be shilling for that all this week, I guess, a little bit. And also, this Saturday, I am going to have on the right. Oh, well, I'm not sure whether it's the writer or the artist. Maybe I'll end up with both. To the Sovereign comic book on Indiegogo, another Comicsgate book. That's a lot of links. I'm going to be trying to every Saturday now have somebody from some on comic skate book on to try and promote the best I can, talk and all that. Give JP my wrench. I can't paste links for some. Should be able to. I don't. Wasn't it JP that said he didn't want a wrench? What what link are you trying to paste? Are you all right with having a wrench, JP? You were trying to type the Indiegogo for what? The Pied Piper? It's in the description. Oh, the reason the Indiegogo might not have worked is because it's not with a Y, it's with an IE, Winston. Oh, okay. I seem to be collecting wrenches. What? Ah, Bob's back. No. Ba 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 ba. Where's Neil? Neil? How did you almost get killed reading the chat, Riz? No, you cannot kick Riz. Somebody has to be, as far as I'm concerned, somebody has to do be saying something nasty to get just a timeout to begin with. Oh, I need to correct that right there. Ah, cool. I just finished a free hot fudge sundae at Clover's. Yes, I know. And this is one of my game characters. I have to draw my main characters too. And I might not be getting that because of my own stupidity. When I asked him to draw it, I gave him my address and then I forgot to put my apartment number with it. And he had already sent it, so hey, anybody can draw my characters and send me fan art. I've actually got to put some fan up art on my page and all that. I got to do that in between tonight and before tonight's show. Yeah, probably. Hopefully, it'll go back to him eventually, and then he can resend it. Where you can you find John's what? Bob? Cool. You have my address. Well, you should have, as long as you didn't throw a certain something away. I have yet to get his version. You can see him drawing it on one of his YouTube channels. Um, Whenever I get it, if I get it, like I said, thanks to my own stupidity, I probably won't. So, because I forgot to give him my apartment number after, and he had already sent it off. So this is going to be it for today. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back. I'll be back. Well, I shouldn't say it for today. Obviously, I will be back at about 10 o'clock tonight. I will Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing one of my own characters. I believe it should be a villain. I don't know what villain offhand. I did have a schedule timed out or planned out, but I'm not sure where I put that schedule. So, I've been going for an hour and a half. I got some stuff to do today and that, so I've got to go grocery shopping and all sort of stuff like that. And do a few other things. So like I said, I'll be back on for 10 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time. For a couple hours. Probably end up switching over to mayonnaise. Give food to your cat. Yes, I give food to my cat every day or every other day. So again, thank you for tuning in. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you've yet to subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I'm going live. Check out my other content and share. Share my content. Share with your friends. Remember, when you get 1,000 subs, chest reveal. So we'll see everybody later. Bye for now. God bless. Love everyone. Have a great and wonderful day, night, and whatever that it is for you.